In my last video, we discussed how important it is for any team to choose the most effective lineup. But as we know, there are a lot of things in the world of basketball that are completely unpredictable, and players often can't participate in every single game of a season due to injuries, personal circumstances, fatigue, etc. That's why any team should have at least 13 players, or 12 active and 1 inactive player, on their roster. This way, a team has a chance to come up with a backup plan and use other players to replace the sitting ones. The Golden State Warriors' current roster is often called injury-prone due to Klay Thompson and Steph Curry's tragically rich injury history. That is the main reason why Bob Myers and the front office should utilize their right to have 15 players on their roster, which is the league's maximum roster size. In this video, we will try to predict who will be the Warriors' 15th player in the upcoming season. Also, I would really like to hear your opinion, as I'm very curious about what you, my dear subscribers, NBA fans, and just passing by viewers, think about the Dubs' future. Now grab some snacks, get yourself comfortable, and enjoy this video. But before that, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell to get updates on our latest NBA content. Let's keep rolling. As of now, the Warriors have 14 guaranteed players: Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, James Wiseman, Kevin Looney, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Jordan Poole, Damian Lee, Juan Toscano Anderson, Porter, Bjelica, and Iguodala, leaving the 15th slot available. With one roster space remaining, the Golden State Warriors have not given up on exploring free agent alternatives. After signing free agents Otto Porter Jr., Nemanja Bjelica, and Andre Iguodala, the Warriors still have the $5.9 million taxpayer mid-level exemption. However, as General Manager Bob Myers has stated, the organization does not intend to use the whole exception on any remaining free players. As we have covered in the previous videos, the Warriors met with veteran forward Paul Millsap's agent earlier this month, according to a league source. Although those conversations did not result in anything concrete for now, the Warriors have not abandoned the possibility of bringing Millsap to the Dubs. Millsap's on-court contribution might not be worth the full $5.9 million exception, taking into account the luxury taxes, which would increase his cost to north of $30 million. That is not to say that Golden State can't sign a player to a minimum contract, especially one that is not completely guaranteed and provides financial flexibility. While Millsap's experience and flexibility might be a nice addition to the Warriors' locker room, the Warriors may be better suited to research possible guard alternatives. Aside from Curry, Golden State lacks a proven point guard on its roster. Payton, Chiozza, and McLaughlin are all capable of filling minutes but have limited talents. Avery Bradley, Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr., and Jeff Teague are among the free agents at point guard. Bradley and Teague are seasoned but past their primes, while Ntilikina and Smith have failed to live up to their high selection picks. After all, I really think that Paul Millsap is an awesome fit for the Warriors, and we have talked about what exactly he will bring to the team if the Dubs would like to give him a chance. Simply speaking, he is one of the best options, especially considering the financial situation the Golden State is currently in. Make sure to watch my Paul Millsap to sign with the Golden State Warriors video if you want to know my detailed opinion on this exceptional talent. Now we are moving to another player the Warriors should consider acquiring. Depending on how training camp goes, the Warriors may utilize the last roster slot to sign Michael Mulder, Gary Payton II, or another young player who improves the front court in the preseason. Let's talk about potential backup point guards for the Golden State Warriors. Number 1. Avery Bradley. Avery's last home was in Houston, where he had been dealt from Miami for Victor Oladipo. Bradley, known for his defense, has been around competing teams, notably the 2019-20 Lakers, before opting out of the restart, but it's uncertain whether he is still athletic enough to contribute substantially to a title-level franchise. Number 2. Dennis Smith Jr. Smith, the 9th overall selection in the 2017 draft, has spent his 4 NBA seasons with 3 different organizations. Though he can get to the basket, his outside shot is weak, 31.6% career three-point shooter, and he is a dubious passer, decision maker, and defender. Number 3, Frank Ntilikina. Ntilikina has the tools to be a great defender, but hasn't improved enough offensively, 36.6% lifetime shooter, to carve out a position on an NBA team 4 years after the Knicks picked him with the 8th selection in the 2017 draft. Number 4, Jeff Teague. Coming off the bench for the champion Milwaukee Bucks last season, Teague has an experienced and calming locker room presence at 33, yet he lacks the quickness, stature, and top shooting ability that the point guard position needs to have a consistently positive effect on a game. Now we will talk about one player who might return to the Dubs to fill the 15th roster spot: Marquise Chriss. The Golden State Warriors and the fans liked him back then, and we still like him now even though he is still unsigned. On paper, the Warriors could use another center. Looney and Wiseman are both prone to injuries, and the Warriors don't really trust the latter at the moment. At the same time, Golden State appears to be at ease deploying both Draymond Green and Juan Toscano-Anderson at the 5, and Bjelica would seem to fit that description as well. Chriss would be ideal for any traditional-like kind of lineup, but unfortunately wouldn't fit with the small ball ones. Sure, the list goes on with 2 frontrunners in the race for the 15th spot on the Dubs roster. Gary Payton II. Gary Payton II's chances of joining an NBA team in October look promising after his performance in the Las Vegas Summer League. There's reason to assume the Warriors are thinking the same thing. By most accounts, Payton was Golden State's best player during this year's Summer League. Payton made the most of his Summer League play, shooting 62.5%, making 20 of 32 shots from the field and 60% from beyond the arc. He had 15 assists and 9 turnovers, with 8 of them coming in his first 2 games. He led the Warriors in total rebounds and easily led the team in per 36 minutes stats. After missing out on Game 1 in Sacramento, he played well in Game 2 the next night. The first game in Vegas was mediocre, but the following 2 were outstanding. Payton was held out of the last 2 games, although he was neither injured nor sore. The official explanation was rest. But a different reason might be that the Warriors had seen enough of Payton II and didn't need to see anything else until training camp starts next month. Game-wise, Gary Payton II's biggest strength is defense, particularly on the perimeter. He is terrific on the ball and in a team system because he understands the game, while his shooting is what has to be improved. However, there's one more benefit about acquiring GP II. It's the fact that he has similar talents to other defense-first guards in the league and is willing to play for far less money, which is obviously a big thing for the team, which is the biggest luxury taxpayer this year. And now the 15th and last roster slot is still open, and Payton is a strong contender competing against another seasoned player, Michael Mulder. Speaking of Mulder, he specializes in shooting, particularly beyond the arc. That is what first drew the Warriors' attention as he shot 39.7% from long range last season. His defense might need some work, though. The Warriors have a long history of finding G League gems and giving them long NBA careers, and Michael Mulder might be that gem exactly. This month, the Warriors will have a really wide range of great players to choose from, so we're hoping that the front office will make the best decision possible. And what is your opinion? Who do you think is the best fit for the Warriors? Do you think that the Warriors should give GP II a chance? How many minutes does he deserve? Tell us what you think in the comments down below. And once again, make sure to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button to catch up with the best NBA content. If you like this video, make sure to watch my other videos about recent NBA news. Thank you for watching.